We're out here in nature, diving deep. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So we're gonna take a little walk today and talk about the subscribers, your guys' questions. I couldn't believe the top one, and it was dealing with cell phone addiction. Let me show you guys this mushroom I just saw. Look at this. See that mushroom? That's insane. Right here. Anyway, mushrooms are cool. I'm thinking about growing some lion's mane, getting like a kit. You can get a kit on Amazon. Lion's mane, by the way, is supposed to help you regenerate. I don't know the science behind it, but you're pretty much just your brain. All right, regenerate your brain, and we could all probably use that because we're frying our damn brains. You know what I mean? And one of the ways that we're doing that is cell phones, man. And the topic of today, cell phone addiction. For those of you that have read the book, The Last Hermit, that I told you about, this reminds me kind of his area. He lived there for 27 years. This is his living room. Come here, little squirrel. Want some nuts? You want a peanut? I'm just walking, man, trying to find a place to record. This looks good. This looks beautiful. Yeah, we're gonna set up right here. Man, pretty much all there is to say is just get out in nature. Honestly, once you come out here, you can figure out all your problems. Nature has got an answer to all your problems. And what a distraction it is to get on the phone and waste all these hours. I mean, what are we even doing, man? What are we doing? And look, I am not above this. All right? I remember I got my Samsung Galaxy S7 a couple years ago, and immediately I noticed a shift in how I was using my time. I started going on the internet, going on YouTube. I was able to go on any blogs. It used to be I would have like a couple, like an hour on a computer, and I would go on these websites like the bodybuilding forums, and I would just spend the hour there. And then once I got my phone, it was like, okay, I was just kind of dipping into the internet every once in a while, whenever I wanted. And it's almost gotten too good. I think it is too good. I don't think it's even, like, I don't see it. It's just gonna get better from here. And I'm susceptible to it, man. My sisters, it's already got my sisters. It's got me, I'm battling it. I'm aware that I'm addicted. But it's a battle, man. It's got my friends, got my girl, it's got everyone. It's almost too good. And I'm afraid that it's making our brains kind of start to decay. We're starting to get like autistic, man. We're getting ADHD. We're not able to focus. We don't come out in nature as much. So I've been challenging myself to, when I wake up in the morning, I'll make an effort. I'll just shut my phone off. And that's the first point I wanted to talk about, is like sometimes you're just going to disappoint people. You're not going to always be there to respond to everyone. Sometimes your phone's going to be off. Again, this is someone's product. This is someone's business. Just because you decided to buy it doesn't mean you always need to partake and to answer every message, to be there every second of the day, always pick up the phone. You got to realize sometimes you're just going to disappoint people, all right? But it's worth to keep your own sanity. There's a lot going on. It's what you focus on. So we can't focus on everything. So learning to shut it out, learning to turn the phone off. If you got an Apple Watch, you're wearing a watch on your damn wrist, dude, it's like a handcuff. That thing can go off any minute. Take your attention away from your work, from your reading. It's like now we got e-readers, so we're reading on an e-book and we want to look up one thing, we just go off on these little internet journeys while we're in the middle of reading a book. It's why I prefer paper. So you're gonna disappoint people. Remember that. I don't see the point of wearing a watch. That is my phone. The next thing. All right, we gotta move on. This is risky. That's a good recording spot though. Here we go. Hold this phone. So one thing I just want to share with you guys is I know that when I'm on the phone a lot and I'm jumping around different videos, I hardly remember anything. Honestly, like I get pumped, it sounds good. Unless I'm taking notes and then I just shut the phone off and I like walk in circles and take a walk and I actually have time to think about it, I don't really remember anything, maybe little bits. It's all like, it's kind of weird, man. But I know that I've seen that I get more, I lose my level-headedness the more time that I spend on the internet. And I don't like that feeling. And I realize that it's super liberating whenever I shut the phone off and I'm in silence and I just go on like a long walk. Like that will solve my problems. I've learned to not trust too many of my thoughts that I have inside while I'm inside or while I'm doing surfing. And I really recommend taking it out a notebook. If you want to figure out stuff, go on a long walk, come out in nature, and then go into your house, take out an empty blank notebook, and just start to write out what you need to change and maybe some goals. How do you want your life to look? Make it a rough draft, okay? You do it in writing. You're trying to write a good story, well, you make a rough draft. Same thing with your life. Your life's a story, okay? Make a rough draft. Maybe things are gonna change. But let's just say that you work out at McDonald's, okay? And you don't want to be there, or you just hate your job. Now, look, you're a human being. You probably have way more potential and skills, or can learn the skills that are necessary to not work at McDonald's, okay? There's so many possibilities. So I know you have ideas. You know you can do something else. You know you got stuff you think about all day. Write that down, man, and create a rough draft. Okay, what do I need to get there? What you want to go to school? What do you need to do? You got to save up a couple grand. You got to go fill out a FAFSA. You got to write the rough draft down. You want a girlfriend? Okay, how can you meet girls? Where are you going to meet girls? You don't like your body? Okay, easiest way to lose weight, I'll tell you right now, cook for yourself. Stop going out to eat. It's that simple. You don't even need to count calories, just cook for yourself. You're not going to eat as much shit. So, I mean, writing, especially every day, because then you can see, okay, you can make little tweaks. I need to change here. Get the notebook out, man. You can't sleep on this. Get in nature. This will clear everything up. Everything will make sense. You're one. We're not supposed to be going cross-eyed looking into our phones. You got to shut it off. Delete the apps that aren't serving you. Snapchat is someone else's business. Stop thinking that every time someone gives you a snap, you got to respond. Every time someone sends you a DM, you don't got to respond. Nothing is that important that's on this phone. You're more important. If your health slips, your happiness slips, okay, everyone's going to get disappointed. Trust me on that. You start getting depressed, you start being less creative, you stop being a solid person people can depend on. You got to be the man, dude. You can't be a slave to this thing. And a lot of us, we're becoming suckers. We can't be a sucker, okay? We are becoming way too dependent on this technology, and we've got to change it. The only way is to shut it down. Shut it down. That's right. And it's hard, but there's a lot of peace there, okay? I'm gonna do a challenge with you guys. We've done this before, it's been a while. For the next week, we're not gonna turn on our phones until 12. If you need your phone on, that's fine. You don't gotta turn it off. You're not going to check any social media until 12 p.m. Okay? And then by the time, if you can wait that long, it's sort of like intermittent fasting for your internet usage. If you go till 12 every day and you're intermittent fasting, you're gonna feel pretty good. You're gonna feel like less likely to indulge in some Oreos. Now the food that is quality, the whole foods, taste pretty good. Same thing with the internet. Okay, you're not gonna binge these videos. You kind of know what's important. You got started. You've done your work. All right, take some time, man. We gotta focus. We gotta train ourselves, or we're gonna be a sucker. We can't. All right. So, just a few tips. Quitting phone addiction. Let's be the master, not the slave. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.